So let's look at exercise 21 number 10 as an example, and we'll maybe start it off and see how the laws of indices will help. We've already looked at one a bit like this. If you remember one of the examples I was giving you, which was this, simplify this one. Instead of it giving you like this, they could have given you something like this to simplify, in which case the first step is to write it like that, and then you can simplify it by just adding and subtracting the powers. Okay, and that's the basic idea with this. So if we go back to this one again, nope, never put it there, should be here. That's the plan. To rewrite the roots first of all as powers, and then because they're underneath, that makes them inverse, these two here, so then write them as negative powers, and then we can think about adding the powers together using the first orders of indices. So the first thing to do is convert these ones underneath into powers, getting rid of the roots. So let's rewrite the top as it is already, a to the cube, or a to the cube, b to the half, c to the minus a half. If we look at this next one, if we look at the bracket, what that's telling me is the a and the b are both to the power third. So multiplying out this bracket, that's telling me that a is to the power third and b. So a is to the power third and b is to the power third. So if there's a bracket there, it means the whole lot is to the power 1/3. Over, how could I rewrite the square root of a cubed? A to the close 3/2. The root goes underneath. And the next one, that's the square root of b. Difficult to see, but the root is not over the c, so it's just the square root of b, so that's b to the half square root times c. So I can simplify it that far by rewriting the roots as powers. And then I bring these bottom powers here up to the top by calling them negative powers, because the inverse, these are all inverse over a cubed, a to the 3/2, over b to the half, over c. They're all inverses. So that means I can rewrite this as a cubed, b to the half, c to the minus a half, a cubed, b to the third, a to the minus 3/2 because it's an inverse, b to the minus a half because it's an inverse, and c to the minus 1. So now they're all written as powers. I can use the first order of indices, which says I add the powers so long as the base is the same. So I can add all the a powers together, the b powers together, and the c powers together. And then when I've done that, if you look at the textbook, it actually gives a solution in root form. So I'm going to leave this question here. You might want to try finishing that off and then rewriting the answer in root form and seeing if you agree with the answer in the textbook. Okay? But that's the sort of thing that we do with these things, play around with the indices,